Hello, everybody.
What's up?
Aren't you super surprised? It's not actually Matt in the seat today.
It's Captain Lady Blue. Woo! How you
Hi,
doing, my
everybody.
dear?
I'm
How's your
doing
week been?
okay. My week has been pretty good. Been very busy.
Yeah, are
Bachelor.
you staying dry? It is
My what?
awfully. Are you staying dry? It is awfully wet where I'm at in Vacaville.
Absolutely, but it's been quite wet. Yes. Uh,
So, for those that don't
yeah.
know, our dear friend Mez is on a little vacation right now. She surely deserves it. She is back east visiting with her sister. But if I know her, I bet you she'll pop in at some time just to say hi.
She will just say hi.
And for those that have been questioning in the comments, yes, Patrick, your favorite cosplayer, Miss Lady Deadpool Fresno, is here tonight. So for people tuning in for her, she will be on in our main segments.
Yeah, I'm super excited. She's so cool.
It's really funny. Like to me, like I almost trace and equate the beginnings of Kyber Cave back to her because the
Hmm.
very first con that Kyber Cave went to, which was only like a couple of weeks after we officially opened,
Oh
she
wow.
was like one of the she was like the lead, like
Speaking of
the cosplayer. Everybody was coming to check out. She was the judge for the competitions. So I kind of equate our beginnings of Kyber Cave to meeting Lady Deadpool. So I'm excited to have her on. We interviewed her about a year and a half ago. See, there she is. I knew Mez would be
I
in.
know. Mezzo. I was like, speak of the devil, Mezzo. There she is.
We did do an interview with her about a year and a half ago. There used to be a segment on this show called Cosplay of the Day. And she was the very first interview we did for that. But that segment lasted probably 3 or 4 months and then it went away. So every once in a while, we bring the cosplayers back as a main interview now, which is why she's here. And I'm very excited.
Me too. So we do. So some things that should probably be taken care of. First, we do have some short news, nerdy news to go
Nerdy
through.
news. Drop it on me.
All right. Let me get that up here.
Oh, look at that. Woohoo.
Yeah. So the first one is the Star Wars Young Jedi Adventures, a full season is now streaming. So there's 60 episodes of Star Wars Young Jedi Adventures. Boy, I can't talk today. It's on Disney Plus and Disney Junior. And
Ooh.
apparently it's completing the first full season of Children's Family Emmy Award-winning animated series. The 25 episodes are now available in total, along with the several shorts. And it's for like all kids and for they say younglings, but so it's set during the High Republic era, the prime of the Jedi Order, and it's starring younglings Kai Brightstar, Liz Soleil, and the blue-furred Nubs. Young Jedi Adventures is the first Star Wars series created for preschool age audiences. Oh yes, you could get your kids in there early at preschool age.
That's
Uh,
right. I have a feeling this is for our young parents out there who have like the newborns. They still got to watch the kids shows, but now
oh
they can
yeah,
incorporate some of the stuff they love into it.
yeah. It expands on the world of the Young Jedi adventures as the gang travels to different planets and encounters Jedi from Star Wars, the High Republic books and comics. So
Woohoo!
yeah,
That'll
for
be
more of
fun.
the young, yeah, it looks fun. For more on the Young Jedi adventures, you could check out StarWars.com's previous coverage.
Hey,
So
really quickly before
pretty
we move to the
cool.
next segment, I want to
Yes.
say welcome and hello to a couple of brand new people I see. Robert Armstrong and
Oh, hey, Robert.
Bryman Bryman XL. Thank you for tuning in for your first time. You picked
Yeah,
a great
Bryman. Oh, I see Bryman. Yeah. So
and
let me get some of these. Let me get some of these beautiful comments here out of the
And for
way.
those that are brand new and don't know, not only do we want to thank you for coming, but remember, we actually give away a free saber every 100 subscribers. So
Yes.
every time when you go to our Facebook, I mean, our YouTube page, it'll tell you the number of subscribers. Every time we hit a zeros at the end, that means we're giving away a saber on that Sunday show. So this show every Sunday, 7 p.m.
Brennan, welcome to our humble abode. Just want to say.
I want to say we're at 38 right now, which means we have like 62 more people. If we get 62 more subscribers, that will be our next Saber giveaway. And don't forget too, just because you entered one doesn't mean you can't win one on the next one. So if you didn't win at 1,600, wait till we hit 1,700 and enter again.
Right. By the way, I just wanted to say hi to Twisted Films. Hey, buddy.
What's up, Patrick?
Hope you're doing all right. Hey, Patrick. I always know him as Twisted, though.
Yes, he was a fantastic photographer we have here in the Bay Area. So he's done a lot of work with our guests for tonight. All right, what other
Robert? All right, we got Robert
news?
We do. So just getting all those, just giving us in. Thanks, Twisted, for saying hey. All right, that's all of our comments we got so far. All right, our next news is the return of the Jedi Masters, Avar Kriss and Elzar Mann. In Temptation of the Force. That's the cover reveal. So let me read a little bit about this here for you guys. So this is, if you are a fan of the Jedi Avar Kriss and Elzar Mann, you've been patiently waiting since the final scene of The Eye of Darkness. Well, there is a book coming out, and this is the cover art for it. Yeah. So this is for a sequel novel, Temptation of the Force by Tessa Gratton. Arriving this summer, and it's from the artist Grant Griffin. And this is and there's also, and a first look at the official synopsis of the penultimate adult novel. So this is part of a 3-part novel series. And so Griffin had already illustrated the first book, and will probably illustrate the next book as well.
Nice.
And
I'm not sure if it's this series but I've been told that there's rumors that there's an adult book series in the Star Wars canon. So not like one of the kids series, but some of those characters are actually in the next coming Acolyte Disney Plus show. So if you've been reading the books, some of those characters I believe will be translated into the films, which is very interesting.
That is going to be really interesting. I mean, I heard in the films that like they were going to ask Daisy Ridley to come back and start something like this. I don't.
All right, that's Twisted. A romance novel. It does sound like a Jedi romance novel. Huh?
It almost does. I mean,
expect to see Fabio with long flowing hair and a lightsaber.
Well, I do like the fact that they don't have him necessarily like all long flowing hair, and I mean he's kind of more rugged than that, which is pretty neat.
Riding over with no shirt on, big, buffed out chest.
Have you seen this? I love those new. Those not new, but old romance novels. It's all like,
right.
They're just these really buff Fabio men. It's really funny. So if you're interested in taking a look at that book, apparently there's going to be 3 of them, and it follows the storylines of these 2 lovable characters. I don't know anything about them, but seems pretty awesome.
Woohoo!
That's all we have for nerdy news.
Nerdy news. All right. Oh, very good. Yeah, same without the sound effect.
I know. But it's not the same.
It's kind of like puppies and cards, and you're like, hey, wait, where's my sound effect?
Right? So, that's pretty much what I've got for nerdy news. So
I want to remind everybody to please go down right now, hit the subscribe button if you are not already subscribed. What's up, Kevin? Good to see you here, my man. Subscribe and share. Like I said, the faster we get to another 62 people, the faster we'll be giving away another Saber. So make sure to subscribe and tell all your friends. We have fantastic guests on this show every single Sunday, other than when we have technical difficulties or something like that.
By the way, Swiss said Temptation of the Force. Is that a romance novel? Is that what you were saying that was based on?
Right. And do not forget, you can help support this channel and all the things that we do. We have a ton of fantastic shows, including Miss Captain Lady Moon has a brand new one coming out very soon.
We'll talk a little bit more about that when
we'll do that in that other segment.
do that the other segment.
But you can support this channel and all of our endeavors by it's the Bearded Wonder by checking out kybercave.com or kcpmerch.com. You can get merch like this Retro Alcove shirt right here at KCP Merch. KCP Merch is more for our online stuff, and kybercave.com is our Saber stuff. So if you're in need of a brand new combat Saber, you need to beat up your little brother or sister, head over to kybercave.com. But if you actually want to get them a shirt or a water bottle or phone case or something, you can head to KCP Merch. Don't also forget, we have a Patreon page. For as little as $1 a month, you can help support this channel. And at our highest level, you can even win free sabers, which keeps me.
Let me put this banner up for that. There you go. Kyber Cave Merch at kybercave.com. And
I had it in that unsub.
KCP Merch at kcpmerch.com. And so what do you think about going to the flow? Should we show some flow?
Yes.
All right, we're going to show you our flow of the week. And
our flow tonight is brought to you, as always, by our fantastic producer, Mr. James Kaiser, aka Darth Cephalus. Tonight's flow is Lucas Knab. This is a brand new name for me, so I'm going to be excited to see this.
Yeah, so I'm excited to look at it too. All right, here we go, guys.
We got a bunch of comments piling up over there, Miss.
I know. I got them through.
Yes, apparently, Lucas, we have had on the show once before, so my bad.
And Swiss says flow from progressive. Yes, flow from progressive.
Aubrey, can you do that with a ball?
Not like that.
Aubrey, can you make it float like that? Do our master manipulators here?
Yeah, no, not quite like that. That's that takes some practice. So I mean, I can kill a guy. I can't do that though. The guy lands on balls. Yeah, no, I can't fall.
Okay, so we have a joke at Kyber Cave. We have it like I want to get shirts that say 100% on there, and it refers to the fact that 100% of things said in a Saber store can be seen as dirty or in the gutter. So that definitely goes along with Kyber Cave.
Yeah, can't fondle balls quite like he can.
Wow. Let me leave that one to be. All righty. It is the moment that many in the audience have been waiting. I know it's a family-friendly show. I didn't say
no. I'm just saying, like, I can't do that. I can't manipulate, those type of balls. Like that's pretty amazing.
Patrick. It is the moment many of you have been waiting for. We have a F is in family. F is for family.
F is for family. It's a family.
We have a fantastic guest for you tonight. This woman, if you have been to any con in Northern California, is probably not somebody that is new to you. If you've been to any of the Ohana cons, the Die Hard and Son shows, and several other cons, not only is she very well known for her cosplay, but a lot of times she'll be the judge at different competitions, or she'll be an announcer at a lot of these cons. So you may have seen her in a lot of different capacities. But not only is she known for her Lady Deadpool, which she is most known for, but she is growing and expanding, and she's got some other really, really cool stuff. What's up, Duran? So with no further ado, please give it up for Miss Fresno Lady Deadpool. Andrea. got people waiting for you here in the comments.
That's cool.
You are a celebrity. How have you been? I haven't seen you personally in God, it's probably been at least 6-7 months, maybe even a year.
Yeah, it's been a while.
How have you been?
I'm good. I'm good. Being a little bit more picky and choosy with conventions and trying to, go to new ones and feel them out and see how they are, and definitely getting awesome props by folks.
I definitely see that. I know when you first started, I'm hearing like a mumbling. I don't know if there's anybody else but me, but I'm hearing like this mumbling feedback. Do you have sound on, Steve? Okay, I don't think it's from you. You don't happen to have somebody watching the show in your background, do you?
Nope.
Okay.
Not that I know of.
Maybe I'm just going crazy. It's just voices in my head. When I first met you, you were exclusively known for your Lady Deadpool. You would go to all the shows. You had a little table, but now you're like branching off and trying other things, right?
Yes.
Well,
It's more fun if you can get in with different things. Plus, you get to meet different people. So that's definitely a cool thing.
What's been your obsession lately?
Deadpool 3. Wondering if Lady Deadpool is going to be in it. And
wait, is that true, or is that just a rumor? Do we know that?
At the moment, it's a rumor. Nobody knows anything, but they have Dogpool in it, so why not Lady Deadpool?
Right. That's going to be like absolutely amazing for you, especially since, well, first off, when you go to conventions, how many people were never even aware that Lady Deadpool was a character? Do you get that often?
Mostly from little kids.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, little kids really didn't read the comic, obviously, by Rob Liefeld, cussing. But they'll look at me and with the mask, and the first thing that they say is, "Oh my God, Spider Girl." And I'm glad nobody can see my face inside that mask. And I'm like, I can work this. And I'm like, pew, pew, pew. I will totally take Spider Girl.
Right. Now for you, why, and especially too, I don't know if you happen to have it there. I should have mentioned something, but I know when I met you, you had told me that your mask that you had is custom made. Like you're the only one to have a mask like that.
I don't have it with me right here, but the mask is made by the letters BNE1. BNE1. You can find her on Facebook.
Okay.
And it's feminine. It literally is the only female Deadpool mask that's feminine. It has the cheekbones, it has the female lips, the thin nose, eyebrows, eyelashes.
Right.
So it's cool. People will come up to me and they'll literally like get in my face because it is such a different Deadpool mask.
It's so detailed. I remember how amazing that mask was. Have you always been like a huge Lady Deadpool fan, or when you started getting into cosplay, why did you decide this is where I'm starting? Because you started with Lady Deadpool and you did just Lady Deadpool for a long time before you kind of branched out, right?
I got into Lady Deadpool because at the beginning of 2018, I started dating Fresno Deadpool. I was going to his shows and I wanted to do something that I could do with him, but I didn't know anything. And then I started reading comic books, and then people started giving me Lady Deadpool comic books, and he gave me the mask, and then I got, the gear and the outfit and everything. And then it just clicked.
Right.
I mean, I can be inappropriate, and then, obviously around kids, I'm extremely appropriate.
Right.
But just over time, I'm just kind of like, I kind of got bored with it, to be honest. And then I started branching out, and doing Gila from Thor and My Chemical Romance's Black Parade. And then it just kind of snowballed from there.
Right. Say Wong says, have you ever met D Pity? D Pity is
no, I haven't. I always wanted to.
Who is D Pity? Is that like a famous cosplayer?
It is for Deadpool wise. Deadpool wise, he does a lot of inappropriate, funny stuff. but I don't think I've ever been in the same place where he's been. But I've always wanted to meet him just to see how we would interact with each other and how that would go.
Do you find, okay, so what's cool about Wade Wilson and by extension Lady Deadpool is just to have a character where you can literally say almost anything. You could be as inappropriate as you want. You could joke about anything. I mean, but you really have to be that character. Oh, yeah. Do you find yourself getting into that? Is it difficult, or how similar is that character to who you are in the real world?
I can cuss like a sailor. So because I can cuss like a sailor around adults, I mean, you kind of have to feel out adults at conventions to even know if it's okay to say that, you know, drop the F-bomb.
Right.
But when you get the gist, you know, I've had people come up to me and wanting to take a picture. Hey, can you flip the a bird at the camera? And I'm like, okay, I can drop the F-bomb as much as I want. You have to feel people out. But it's easy to get into it. And then if, you know, being around Deadpool Fresno, I pick on him.
Right.
I'm mean to him. Because in the comic books, that's how Lady Deadpool is. She's basically a babysitter for Deadpool, trying to keep him in line. So
I mean, isn't that really what all women are for men?
Yeah, kind of, but it's fun. It's a lot of fun, especially when I have several Deadpools and then it's just me.
Right.
That makes it even more fun because I can pick on them all.
It's like having six big or six little brothers.
Yes, exactly.
When I first started doing cosplay stuff, I'm very, you know, we're Star Wars related stuff. So I was very attracted to the Sith, and, you know, everything had to be black, red saber. But then when I would cosplay, like, my friends would tell me, like, you're too happy for a Sith. You need to be a Jedi because you're always smiling at the kids and stuff. You wouldn't be a Sith. Like, I have a difficult time getting into character. Like, I still feel like I'm still me, but with the costume on. Whereas there are some people that literally seem like they become a whole brand new person when they put that costume on. What percentage would you say is you? Are you a whole brand new person, or are there shades of Andrea in there?
I would have to say it's 50-50 because normally I'm quiet. I mean, unless I really, really know you. And as I said, I cuss like a sailor. And a lot of people that I know, they're just like, did she say what I thought she said?
Right.
And then when I get into Lady Deadpool and I hide, I can hide behind that silicone mask, which for me is a good thing because in normal life, I'm really not that outgoing.
Right.
But as soon as you put on that mask and it's squished up against your face and you can't breathe, it's like Lady Deadpool comes out and it's more fun. Right. You get more animated, you get more talkative, you'll do silly poses. It's a lot more fun. She brings me out of my shell.
Nice. Now, you had mentioned 2018, and I specifically, so Kyber Cave, our first date of opening was June 26th or June 27th, 2018. And I specifically remember you at OhanaCon that because it was, I want to say 2 weeks after our store opened was the very first OhanaCon in Fairfield. And that was the first time I met you. You were doing the judging for all of the costume contests. Plus, I remember you had like a little booth at the front of the table there. At that time, I want to say you were attending almost every OhanaCon show. Is that correct?
Oh my goodness! I want to say about 3 years. I want to say until right when COVID hit and they started shutting everything down. I was basically doing every Ohana, either by myself or with Deadpool Fresno. I caught rides with other people and I was doing them all. And it was a lot of fun because I met so many awesome people. A lot of the vendors that I don't get to see very often anymore with Ohana, I miss them because you become good friends with them because you see them every single weekend.
Right. It seems like a traveling circus.
It's fun now. It's a fun circus. It really is.
And for those of you who may not, hey, Mike Berger, for those of you that may not be in the California area or may not be familiar with OhanaCon specifically, one of the things that makes it very interesting and different from all of the other cons is that they are a con that moves every single week. So one week they'll be in one city, the next week they'll be in another city. They tend to be a smaller family con as opposed to a huge like SAC anime or something like that. But they are really designed for people that maybe can't afford to get to the bigger cons but still want to share that experience with their kids and their families. Wonderful people. I absolutely love OhanaCon. But I can imagine that must have been draining for you, though. Because some of these shows, where do you live in Southern California, right?
In Fresno.
Fresno. So some of these shows were literally hundreds and hundreds of miles from your home.
We drove a lot, especially when they had the one at Blue Lake Casino. That was like a 9.5 hour drive.
Wow.
Yeah, I thought we were going to die.
Robert Armstrong says, come to Oregon.
I know. I'm trying.
So now for you, and I want to ask you some questions because it's not often we get to talk to to cosplayers in different ways, but I want to find some things out about, say, the cosplayer life. So for you, for example, you were going to these shows every single weekend. I can see now where that would have been an incentive or why you would do that. But I remember meeting you at the time and thinking, oh my God, this woman is crazy. I can't imagine the amount of money she spends in gas and the amount of time that it takes to do all these. And I didn't understand the benefits. Why would somebody go to every single con like that? But from now, I mean, you are probably one of the better known cosplayers in California. Was that the reasoning? Did you have a grand plan, or were you just wanting to go to shows?
I was winging it. I'm not going to lie. Ohana gave me the privilege to appear for them every single weekend, and I did it. Right. I loved them. As I said, meeting new people in different towns, it was cool. But my big thing was getting those hugs from the kids. Because a lot of the kids didn't know who Lady Deadpool was. And it was just a lot of fun that I got to go to different towns that I normally wouldn't be able to. I got to meet, different actors and actresses that I normally wouldn't be able to. So that was an extremely cool thing. Right.
The kids, did you ever have any of them that were like frightened of you or?
Hell yeah. There was a couple of kids that would like totally run away and they would hide behind mom or dad. And I'm like, it's okay, I'm not going to hurt you. And then when they cringe like this, I'm like, it's okay, I'll leave you alone. And I'm like, I'm sorry I scared you. And I would always apologize to the parents, and they're like, it's okay. But I felt like crap that, I scared this little 3-year-old. And, a lot of them were like, it's the mask. And I'm like, okay, sorry.
Was that in any way some incentive for you to try these other costumes? Oh, wait, really quickly before we go on, I don't know if we have. I'm seeing some of these comments because I think that noise is not just me. I think other people hear it too. Like it's happening when he talks. You don't have any sound on your side, do you, Andrea?
No, I'm in the dining room.
Okay, very weird. The people are saying when I speak is when the sound is coming out muffled, so I don't know. I do apologize if that is a distraction for some of the people out there, but we are going to try to roll through it because I'm not sure what it is. I swear to God, my setup is good on my side. When you decided that, hey, I want to try some other things, did you know exactly what you wanted to try as your first other costume, or were you going through lots of different ideas?
I was going with a few different things. I love Spider-Man. So I think after Lady Deadpool is when I got out the Gwenom. The Gwen Stacy Venom outfit, and then my Gwen Stacy Carnage outfit. I love Spider-Man. Deadpool loves Spider-Man. So I did that. And then Gila from Thor, and as I said, the Black Parade, the big, huge hoop skirt. And I wanted to branch out to see if I could do it, to be honest.
Right.
And I got lucky. And it just ended up being a lot of fun. And I think at this point, because I always write down when I get a new cosplay and stuff like that, I think at this point I have 30.
Wow.
I mean, I have like a Lady Deadpool. I have like 3 or 4 different variations of her. I mean, I have the actual male suit. I have my regular suit. Now I have the pink suit. I have the dress.
Right. You actually just picked up a prop recently that I am in love with. In fact, for those that are interested, God, that's bothering me. For those that are interested, we have this group coming up as an interview. When I saw it just stopped for some reason. When I saw your helmet, I actually messaged them right away to get them on here. It's a company called Brickbeard. They've got a really long name for their title. Do you happen to have that prop next to you?
Yes. And their name is Brickbeard Cove on Instagram.
Brickbeard Cove.
Brickbeard Cove. And here she is.
Ow!
She's huge. Look at my head compared to her head. She's definitely Lego.
That is so cool. Have you had a chance to wear that out yet?
No. Actually, the first time I'm going to wear her will be the 2nd and 3rd of next month at Weekend Blender at Sierra Vista Mall in Clovis.
I will see you there. Woo-hoo.
Yeah.
How heavy is that thing?
It's all made out of styrofoam.
That's styrofoam?
She's really, really super light.
Wow.
Yeah,
and
she's
super light. Can you show us the inside? Like, is it padded or how does it? So does the top of your head just rest on the top up there?
Yep.
Oh my God, that is fantastic. Are your eyes coming right to the eye hole?
No. I have like a crap ton of room. So I have to, like he told me, I have to get padding and put padding where I want it.
Right.
That way it doesn't fall forward.
Okay.
And the ponytail is detachable. Because I kept thinking, oh my goodness, this is going to be like so heavy on my head.
Right.
But I wanted something the kids would automatically recognize. And who doesn't love Lego?
Right.
Everybody loves Lego. So I kept thinking, I wonder if he would make this. And he was like, yeah, I will totally try it.
Mm-hmm.
And he's made so many different Lego heads, looking at his Instagram and his Facebook, and they're amazing. They are absolutely amazing. It only took him, I would say, like a week and a half to get her done.
Wow. Even the ponytail is styrofoam?
Yes.
The whole thing?
Everything is styrofoam. I just have to put like some foam in the back and foam in the front. That way she doesn't tip forward.
Right.
But I wanted something that was kid friendly. And as I said, everybody loves Lego. And I thought pink suit, pink Lady Deadpool, because there is a little actual minifig.
Yeah.
And I'm like, this is going to be awesome with kids. Kids are going to love this. Maybe I won't scare them then.
I love it. Yeah. I as soon as I saw that, I was like, ooh, I want one, but I don't know who I would get. That was absolutely phenomenal. What other cosplays are you doing? Is it like Warhammer? Was there a big Warhammer?
Oh my goodness. Yes. My Warhammer 40K Space Marine, I bought from Andrew Souza on Instagram. His name is the number 222 Tactical. Mm-hmm. He wanted a project to do with his son. So they made this Warhammer. And then they made a couple of Fallout armors, which were freaking amazing. Mm-hmm. But he decided that, he was going to downsize a little bit. And I saw him and I had seen him at Pete Salazar's Die Hard Con, and he only wore it once. He entered the cosplay contest and then he left. But I followed him on Instagram and I had seen where he was selling it. And I don't think I ever used my phone that fast in my life. I got lucky that I was the first person to message him.
Right.
And he's like 6 foot, 6'1". So the whole suit is made to his height.
Right.
Well, thank goodness I'm 5'10". So it didn't, once I put it on, it doesn't shrink down that much.
Right.
But I'm still, most people that have the big boy suits, most of the guys, they walk on stilts. That was my fear. Oh my God, you know, I'm going to have to walk on stilts. But thank goodness they're just like big old chunky platform shoes. And I'm like, score, I can do this. But I still have to learn how to move my feet like this so I don't trip and fall.
Right.
But the made out of EVA foam, and on the inside it has pipes to make the chest part. But it's pretty cool.
Nice. It is an amazing suit when you've seen it. Really
It's awesome.
quickly, Mez is saying, lady, do you happen to have any headphones? They're wondering if that might be some of them. I don't know why. I think they feel like the feedback is on your side for some reason. Because it's only my voice that's making the
I have my phone turned all the way up.
You have your phone turned up, as in the volume?
Yeah.
That might be the problem.
All right, let's see.
You won't be able to hear me, though, without the volume, though, right?
I can hear you.
You can still hear me?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I can still hear that muffling, though. So, sorry, we're trying to figure this out as we're going on. You can hook it up to your computer, Andrea. She is using. I don't know if you can see the private chat, Andrea. There's a private chat where they're talking about them. I want to talk about. You had a very cool thing happen. You were able to be on stage and meet the creator of Deadpool, right?
I did.
Tell us about that. How did that happen?
Oh my goodness. 2021 December. It was our first time going to Los Angeles Comic-Con. The big thing we wanted to go for was Rob Liefeld was going to be there. And I'm like, oh my God, you know, creator of Deadpool, creator of Lady Deadpool, you know, the whole everybody. And Deadpool Fresno got me the Rob Liefeld VIP experience, which was you can cut in line in front of everybody. You get 6 different comic books, like a couple weeks before they hit the comic stores, and every single one of them is signed. Photo ops with him. Before we had gone in that day, we were standing outside, and he happened to walk by us. Mm-hmm. And I didn't even notice. And then when we got inside the building, Los Angeles Comic-Con, I made a beeline for where his booth was. And I'm standing there, and so is Distance Nerding, so is, you know, Deadpool Fresno. And we get up where he is, and I'm having like, oh my God, I'm having like a major girl moment.
Right.
And he makes the comment, I saw you guys. I was hoping you would be in my line. Oh my God. Then that just, my girl instincts just kicked in. My voice got all shrill. You know, he signed all the comic books for me. He asked me if I was ready for the photo, and all of a sudden I started fumbling.
Right.
And I kept thinking, oh my God, I hope no one's taking, you know, video of this. And he mentioned about my mask, how he had never seen a Lady Deadpool mask that was feminine.
Right.
That mine was the first he had seen. Well, of course, you know, me being me, oh my God, he talked to me. And then, you know, we did a few poses, and before we left, he was like, I would like for you guys to go on stage with me.
Wow.
And I'm just like, for real? that was really, really cool.
Wow.
That was really cool.
Awesome experience. Do you have other people that you've met, celebrities and things like that while you've been in costume?
Too many to name, to be honest. I just got extremely lucky. You know, C. Andrew Nelson. I love C. Andrew Nelson. You know, it's awesome that we got to be around him so much with Ohana. The guy is just humble. He's amazing.
For those that may or may not know, C. Andrew Nelson was Darth Vader for the Empire Strikes Back reissue, the special edition movie. So he played, whoever did what with whatever the microphone, you did a great job. Thank you. He was in the suit for when they did the extra scenes and stuff. Super cool guy. He's worked on a lot of in fact, he got the job because he was working at the game company that was making Star Wars games, and he happened to be a tall gentleman, and they needed somebody to fit the suit. So he got the job. Super cool guy. Was there anybody besides Rob that you fanboyed or fangirled over getting to meet?
Nick Palmer. He played one of the turtles in Secret of the Ooze. He appears a lot at Weekend Blender. The man is the sweetest turtle you would ever meet in your life, and he still has those moves. The man is extremely humble. He's extremely sweet. I always fangirl over him. I mean, I'll go to an event and he'll be there and he'll be like, "Hi, Lady Deadpool," and I'm like, oh, he remembers my name. The man is just so cool.
Wow, that's super cool. We've had a chance to meet a bunch of fun people through doing a lot of the shows and stuff like that. Have you had a chance? Are you mostly California based, or have you had a chance to tour or travel at all outside of California?
No, we haven't gone outside of California yet. Some friends of ours have Silver Age Comic Con that they do every year in Reno.
Reno, yeah.
We're really hoping to try and make that this year. And then that would be like my first time, going to someplace outside of California. So I'm really hoping we'll be able to make that one.
That'll be fantastic. I'm hoping to see you there. We did that show last year. It was super, super fun show. So we're looking forward to it again this year. And yes, Mike, C. Andrew Nelson has more time in the Vader suit than any other actor who's played Vader, I think, including David Prowse, which is kind of crazy. Are there things that you want to do, or is cosplaying, like, are you satisfied with what you do as cosplay, or are there other things you're trying to expand, or are you just happy going to shows and putting on a costume and taking pictures for the little kids?
I would like to go to more shows that I haven't been to. I mean, I haven't been to WonderCon yet. I haven't been to San Diego Comic Con yet. And that one is like trying to win a lottery to even get a ticket.
Right.
So I would like to go to ones that I haven't been to yet, because a lot of cosplayers that I follow and people that follow me, they go to those. So it'd be nice, photo op wise,
right,
to try and get those photos that, people you follow. So ones that I haven't been to, I would like to try and do that. Lady Deadpool, I started out with the stupidest props. Oh my God. I'm looking at the comic book of what she has and what her gear is. I mean, my first ponytail, it was the cheapest piece of crap you've ever seen in your life. The guns that I had, I swear to God, I got them at Walmart because I didn't know what to do. I didn't know where to buy things.
Right.
And over the years, I've upgraded and redone her several times. And now the stuff that I have is more tactical. I mean, I online is mainly where I buy everything. Military surplus stores, they're awesome. They are definitely your best friend,
Nice.
When you need tactical gear. But you have to be careful because nothing can be metal. It can't be wood. It has to be plastic or foam, 3D printed. You have to be really careful with that stuff. But I've upgraded her several times. And I'll look at the comic book and be like, oh, I don't have that. I need that. So I've tried to get, more comic accurate over the years. And then to have Rob Liefeld tell me I look like $1 million, that works. That totally works. That's all I was shooting for right there. If he thinks that and he drew her, it works. All the money I spent, approval. That's all I needed.
Do you find I feel like there's a bit of a trade-off every once in a while, right? When you're wearing say, different materials and things like that, or if you're wearing metal armor or anything, of course you may look more accurate, but the trade-off is the heaviness. A lot of times those masks can get hot. But I always worry with the foam or the EVA, like I worry about damaging my costume, getting caught on a corner or something like that. It seems like there's a bit of a trade-off between comfort and longevity of your suit. Do you worry about those things, like with your styrofoam head there?
I'm worried about her. I am. I mean, with the styrofoam stuff like that, I already know don't leave it in a hot car. I'm pretty sure, that would totally mess her up. He didn't really give me any warnings. It's more common sense things. Don't let people touch it. Right. And I'm pretty sure, when I wear it to Weekend Blender next month, people are going to be like, wanting to touch her ponytail. And then that's when I'm going to have to go into fight mode. But, it's on top of my shoulders. It's over my head. And I'm pretty tall.
Right.
When I wore my Warhammer 40K, I wore it to when Weekend Blender was out of town. I forget what town it was, but I only wore that thing for like 30 minutes. And the maker that made it, Andrew Souza, he told me, straight out, be careful with it. Do not leave it in a hot car. Right. And I'm like, yes, sir. So I didn't realize it would take literally 2 people to put me in that thing. It took about 20-25 minutes to put everything on me, and it's all EVA foam.
Wow.
And then the PVC pipes, to bring out the chest part, for the Warhammer. Right. But it took 2 people, and I did not expect that. I thought, oh yeah, I can be like, all the big boy guys I see, they just put that stuff right on. No, it took 2 people in like 25 minutes. And then I kept thinking, I am so out of my element because I was scooching like a little 2-year-old because I hadn't gotten used to, bringing my feet around like you're supposed to. So I have to get, put on the boots and walk around a little bit more to get my confidence.
Right.
But I didn't get warm. I mean, I was okay wearing that and taking everything off. After about 30 minutes, so much easier. Yeah. So much easier. When I do Lady Deadpool and I have that 1/2-inch silicone mask literally pressed on my face, in the summertime, doing Lady Deadpool sucks.
Yeah.
Because I try and take off the mask where other people can't see. Because a lot of people think I have long blonde hair. No, not at all. But I try and hide when I take off the mask because I literally look like a sweaty, drowned rat. So I try and, go into the women's restroom or a green room, if there happens to be one, and then I'll drink water, and stuff like that. But you have to be careful with your suits. You really do.
Right. That's one of the things I learned very early was I did the frontman from Squid Game, and having that mask on. I mean, even if it's not hot, you just start sweating as soon as something is touching your face. And so I've had to go on to, like, for instance, I'm working on a on an X-wing pilot, but the whole thought process was nothing on my face, no makeup. I can just wear a hat and I'm cool. So yeah, a lot of people don't realize when you start cosplaying, they always want to pick their favorite character, but they don't realize like what it's going to actually do to them, or when you're wearing it, how you're going to have to be, especially during the summertime. I do not recommend being a Sith character during the summertime. Go Jedi.
Gone to events and worn the Lady Deadpool, and then when it's time for me to leave or whatever, go and change and, put on regular clothes, wash my face, and walk out, of whatever room I'm in, carrying my tote, and literally have people, ask me, or Deadpool Fresno, have you seen Lady Deadpool? And I'm like,
no, I don't know who that is.
Is she still here? And I'm like, oh no, I saw her go out the door. So it's kind of cool that some people don't recognize you outside of cosplay, because you can hide. You can eat your lunch and, not have someone's camera stuck in your face and then trying to get, that money shot of, food being in your mouth. But most of the cosplayers I know, they've all been around me. And, it is what it is. And I'm like, okay, well, I've seen you too. But, being a sweaty mess, taking that mask off, I try and hide. I definitely try and hide.
Yeah, there's definitely a lot of lessons to be learned. Is there anything you're working on currently, or anything you have your eye on?
Maybe, doing a bit more upgrades before Deadpool 3 comes out in July.
Well, that's going to be huge for you.
I am praying so much that at least there's some kind of Lady Deadpool appearance.
Right.
And I kept thinking, they got Dogpool. Come on. There at least has to be a glimpse, or a Funko bobblehead on a shelf, something. Just give me something.
Let me ask you, is there okay, and if I'm not asking you for your specifics or how much, but just in general, is there any money to be made from cosplaying? Like, I often see the cosplayers and I see how much time they put into it, how much money they invest into their costumes. And sometimes it feels like a sinking hole, right? You're just putting money into it because you enjoy the thing. But I've also seen at some cons, it seems like there's featured cosplayers, like cosplayers that are, I guess, maybe a little more well-known in their community. Is there an opportunity to make money from cosplay, or is it simply for the love of it?
If you do it as a career, yeah, you can make money. I mean,
Wow.
You can get sponsors. You can go to the bigger events like WonderCon, San Diego Comic Con. And sometimes if you win, first place, you get a cash prize. But if you do it mainly for a career, and some people do, that's their bread and butter right there. Me,
Wow.
It takes too much energy. I mean, I wouldn't want to do it as a career, because you have to keep up with social media and have, your face on every single platform that there is. That right there is time consuming.
Right.
When you have a family and you have kids like I do, you can't really do that. But I mean, I'm glad other people do, because it's neat to watch their journey. When they first started cosplaying, and now they're like this huge cosplayer. They're going to, opening night of movies and stuff like that. They're winning that first prize, where it's like $1,000, $2,000. It's neat to watch, from them, being here, going way up here. Right. A lot of those folks, they make their stuff. Me, I basically buy everything. I do not have the talent nor the patience. The curve, EVA foam and stuff like that. And I give major props to artists and cosplayers that do make everything that they wear. I mean, you can get more original than that.
Wow. And even Mike Berger saying, are the president of Philadelphia is a guest at some cons as well. Yeah, I always see that and wonder about that because I know the dedication and devotion, and let's be honest, the amount of money that some people, I mean, literally, I've heard of people spending thousands of dollars to just make their costume look that much better, whether it's a specific prop that you want, that's, a realistic looking gun or something, but that's $400 prop very easily. I know when I bought my Rebel pilot helmet, that was $450 but now I had a custom made helmet. Like I specifically wanted one that wasn't part of his regular lineup. But to get something custom made, that was $450 there. So, I mean, I could see how much money people put into this. I was just wondering, is there any way for them to recoup any of that money?
Sometimes when you're a feature, I mean, if you want to be a feature at a Comic-Con, basically you contact a promoter and be like, hey, can I appear for you? Sometimes they'll say yes, sometimes they'll say no. Some promoters, they're like, yeah, we'll advertise you, but you're going to be here for free, but we'll give you a table and lunch. Right. Always. Sometimes they're like, okay, well, we're going to pay you this much per day. And it's, even if it's like 25, 50, 75 bucks, that's more than you started with that morning.
Right.
But it honestly all depends, money wise, if you get that back, what, convention it is, what promoter it is. It's always hit and miss.
And are you able to do things like sell merch at your little table, like little maybe Deadpool plushies or autographs or things like that?
Been told when we do a table that we can have anything that we want on it. And at first, I didn't know what to put on there other than a basket of candy.
Right.
I was absolutely clueless. And then I started asking other cosplayers that I know, hey, what do you put on your table? And I've had, hey, make sure, you get some prints of yourself. Sometimes people will ask you to sign them, have maybe some Deadpool merch, so it varies over time, of what we've had on our table. But anymore, I don't really want a table because you have to sit at that table.
Right.
I mean, you have to stay there and babysit your stuff. Well, if you're babysitting your stuff, somebody at the other end may not get to see you and you may not get to see them. Right. What if it's a player that you really, really want, your photo with? Because if I see other lady Deadpools at convention, that's an automatic hug right there. They're hugging me. But if I'm at that table, you don't get that privilege of meeting other cosplayers, that you want to see, that you follow.
Right.
So the past few conventions, we just decided not to have a table. We want to be able to roam around. It's better as a cosplayer to roam around because people see you and you get to see them, right. And be friends with them and make new friends and get photos with somebody you want to get photos. If you're sitting behind that table, you got to babysit that dang thing. Who's going to watch your stuff?
Right. That is true. That's true. Hey, Andrea, we're getting ready to come up near the end here. It is absolutely amazing to me how fast 40 minutes can fly sometimes. Is there anything you want to leave with your fans or anybody that's following you? I can see a minimum of 3 to 5 people that know you here personally on the side or have seemed to come on tonight specifically for you. I know for a fact that your information is going to be down below, so people will be able to find your Facebook. If you have an Instagram, they'll be able to find that. But is there any messages that you want to leave with people or anything you want to say as an outro?
If you're wanting to do cosplay and you're afraid to do it, just freaking do it. I mean, don't worry about being, screen accurate, movie accurate. Somebody says, you're too big, you're too small, you can't wear that. Screw them. You do you. If it's something you want to have fun with, you do you. You wear it the way you want to wear it. You don't have to be like, the 5 other Deadpools. If you want to tweak something on it, then do it. You know,
Right.
this is for your enjoyment. Cosplay is supposed to be fun.
Right.
It's not supposed to be like I'm cooler than so and so and I'm more screen accurate. It's supposed to be about fun.
Right.
And if you're putting on a costume and you're not having fun with it, that's not good.
I know we've had one of our previous producers, Kevin Hogan. He's known at a lot of the cons, and we've had him on in the interview. And him and there was another guest that we've had before. What I loved about them was their philosophy. And Kevin told me, you know, he's like, "Oh, I shop for my stuff at the thrift store." He's like, "I don't go specifically to a costume store looking for things." And when you look at Kevin's costumes, a great example is his Doc Ock. If you've ever seen it. It's made out of like Home Depot, like tubes and things like that. But it's so cool. And he says, you know, a lot of times, as long as you're similar, people give you that slack. They're not going to come up to you and go, "Oh, you know, Doc Ock has a green vest, not a purple vest." You know what I mean? As long as they get the idea, you can have fun. And you never see that guy anything but smiling in all of his photos.
I know I've been around Kevin a few times. You know, been lucky to have photos with him. I love him.
I love that guy.
Oh my God, it is so awesome. He is one of the nicest, most humble, friendly cosplayers anyone will ever meet. He never has a bad word to say about anything. You always see a smile on his face. He's one of the best cosplayers I know. Not just because of his cosplays, which they are extremely amazing, especially his big black kitty one.
Right.
But his attitude. I mean, he's all in and he's so friendly. He's one of my favorite cosplayers to be around.
Definitely. We definitely miss him on this show. He used to do our Northern California Comic-Con report. First off, I was just amazed. That guy would be at like 2 cons every weekend. It was amazing how many places that he went, but just a generally warm person, a warm smile. And again, another one of these people that wasn't like, "Oh, you're not comic accurate or you're not screen accurate." He was happy that you were just coming out to have fun in whatever capacity. It seems like that's kind of your philosophy. Just get out there and have fun.
If you're not having fun with it, then why do it? You know, just so somebody can see you and be like, "Yeah, you know, that lady Deadpool, the gear is awesome, but she's got a bad attitude."
Right.
That's because if that something like that happens, it spreads like wildfire in social media.
I agree with you. That's 100% on point. Excellent. Well, Miss Andrea, I am excited that you took the time. Thank you so much for talking with us and hanging out with us tonight. I'm going to be excited to get back out there. I'm going to see you at Weekend Blender. So, but for everybody else, make sure to get to Weekend Blender. Check out her social medias for where she will be at more events. Come and get a picture with her. She's absolutely fun to hang out with. And you always bring the party with you. So thank you so much. We appreciate you. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you very much for having me. I greatly appreciate it.
All righty. And we will see you out there on the circuit. Roll that film, Aubrey. Does she make you want to get out there and do some cosplay?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, I've done, but yeah, absolutely does. Thank you so much, Lady Deadpool.
We love you.
From one lady to another. Thank you.
Hey, by the way, that sound is gone. So I honestly think it was something on.
It was. I was trying to mute and unmute, trying to help, minimize that. And I think Andrea saw that I was doing that and she was waiting for me to unmute her mic to start talking. Thank you so much, Andrea, for picking up on that. And
you're right. And you're right. Your mom did do a fantastic job. We love having her on it. Like I said, for me personally, she, like, for me, when I think of the beginning of Kyber Cave, I think of Lady Deadpool Fresno, because she
Aw.
was one of the first people I met. And when I met her, she was just so welcoming and kind. And hey, there's Brickbeard's Cove. In fact, they are going to be our guests on this show here. What is it, about 3 weeks, 2 weeks? I know we have you booked, and we're very excited for Brickbeard's
I have
Cove.
someone I'm going to talk to you about after about booking. But anyway, yeah, next time I go into cosplay, I hope that I get to go to a con where she's at and we can totally play off each other. That would be fantastic.
Aubrey, let me ask you a question. You are you are an actress yourself.
Yes.
When you put on a cosplay, do you have any problem going into character, or are you still Aubrey but in a Sailor Moon costume?
Nope. I'm totally in character. I speak Japanese the whole time. I don't go out of that character. Because Sailor Moon Usagi is a Japanese person.
Right.
So anytime that I do it, I basically do her whole thing. They'll ask me to do the whole thing. And I'm like, so it's like, yeah. So yeah. So it's like, you totally do it and you go into it and you just have to really play it out. And I do it's like, at least I have a lot of knowledge of Japan, the culture, so I can at least be in that character.
Right.
But if I'm starting, a new character, then I have to understand that character. I have to get into that character. So yeah, it is Usagi-chan. That's a chan. Anyway, so yeah, like that's kind of the whole thing, is that getting into that so like that's kind of like, sorry, I'm just swapping out between English and Japanese now. But yeah, so it's when you get into a character, and I'm sure Lady Deadpool would probably tell you this, it takes time to really understand and like basically take on, and I'm sure you've done this in cosplay, but you have to take on that character and you have to really embody that message and that like personality of that character. So it really is important to understand the character. Don't touch my mustache.
Did you see Brick Code said my wife was Lego Sailor Moon.
That is awesome, Brick.
And for those of you that you saw the Lady Deadpool on there, Brickbeard is the company that makes them. They will be on in 3 weeks. I just checked the calendar.
Oh, that's amazing.
So March 10th, we will have Brickbeard's Cove on here if you want to find out about any of the characters. I don't want me to take this away from Andrea, but if you go to their website, you will be absolutely amazed at all of the characters that they've done. There's surprising ones that pop up on there. So
yes, so all the description about Lady Deadpool is in the description below. Also, she's awesome. I'm gonna have to get her all of her info later because I would like to talk to her more. And she just seems like to be such a cool person. I'm so glad you had her on. You guys are so funny. I love these comments. These comments are they're on fire. I just love it. So funny.
Excellent. So hey, we usually do a little game or something right here. We don't have one prepared, so we were just going to talk to you for just a couple of minutes about stuff that we have up and coming. As you heard, Kyber Cave is going to be at Weekend Blender. And Aubrey, this is something that I had set up a group back on, back in our chats and stuff. But one of the things that we have been offered, and maybe this is something to ask the audience, how many would be interested in this? One of the things that we have been offered by Die Hard and Sons, Peter Salazar, is for KCP to set up booths at his shows, and we could do things like interview the celebrities. We could talk to cosplayers. We could have people meet, say, you and Anthony and Mez. They could come and get your autograph. Basically, he's giving KCP a free booth, which is unusual because I'm so used to a Kyber Cave booth selling sabers, but to have a KCP booth would be a very interesting. What do you guys think about that? Should this show hit the road per se?
Yeah, I'd love to hear you guys in the chat. I have to get my Sailor Moon outfit, my costume fixed. It broke the last cosplay. It actually, or the last time I did it in cosplay, it actually fell apart.
Man,
I have to go get some of the. Yeah, I have to go fix some of the pieces. But I might do I was just thinking about doing a Sailor Moon Jedi. That would be pretty cool.
And they
I
have.
can do
I
that.
wish our
Yeah.
company doesn't make it, but I will tell you, I can definitely hook you up with companies that do have it, and they could probably give you a discount. But LGT makes a Sailor Moon saber that is
Yeah, I haven't
so.
planned on once I can afford it. I have planned. I planned on buying it. Right now,
That-
they're I already have sabers, so it's hard.
right, right. No,
Like, yeah, I'm
believe me, I
gonna
wish it
just
was one
fork
that
out
we carried.
$300 for that. Yeah, I wish you guys did too.
So
But that's okay.
yes, we are going to be Kyber Cave is going to be on the road a lot more this year. My goal is I want to do a lot of the West Coast states, Idaho, Washington, Oregon, Arizona, maybe even out to New Mexico. Seems like when you start to get into Texas, there are several different saber companies there. Crimson Dawn is out there. The company that shall not be named is out there. There are a few.
Now, I'm curious what company that is. It's like you're on the same level of Voldemort. I don't know. I mean, oops. He who should not be named. No, screw that. It's totally Voldemort. I'm just whatever.
That's right.
Anyway.
But Aubrey,
Not
why
gonna
don't
be
you
pretty
tell people about I want to say it was next week. You have a brand new show that's supposed to be hitting our
We
airwaves.
do. We've recorded the first 5 episodes already. We are going to be doing our 6th episode. We're recording, we're editing it. We actually have a whole post-production on it. And we have it coming out soon. We just keep like one thing after another just kind of keeps happening. That's why it's just hasn't come out yet, but it will very soon. Metz and I have been talking about it. We've been in constant communication about it. So it is a role-playing game that my friend and I wrote. It has a very long lore and history. We even have stories that are going to be companions to the role-playing book itself. We have been beta testing it, and we are releasing it on this show as like a final beta test before we release it into the world, before we get it published. Woo-hoo. And it is about an alternate timeline where in the year 2000, a vampire named Nathaniel Redthorn shows himself to the world and basically says, "Hey, I'm a vampire, and guess what, people? I am making you all my slaves.
Wow.
I'm tired of humanity taking over the world, and it's time for us of the night world to fight back." Like, which is vampires. Not really. It's more nuanced than that. But it's like, you've got the vampires and witches and beastlings, which are shapeshifters, and werewolves, and they basically fight humanity. Now there are those that are on humanity's side, and they group themselves into another faction called Dawn. And so there's a war that happens called the Ever War, and spoiler alert, humans lose. Or Dawn loses. And so this takes place 20 years after that, about 20 years. And it is, you are surviving in a world that is run by vampires.
Jeez. It's like a
vampire
apocalypse. Like instead of a zombie apocalypse, it's a vampire apocalypse.
Everything has gone back to like this more feudal way. And it is like, yeah, it's been so much fun. I really enjoy the characters. All the characters are just so lovely and
already
so much fun.
If I'm not mistaken, you guys have already basically shot, I think, like 5 shows. They're just in editing right now, right? That's what I just said. We're just in editing. Yes, post editing. We're in post production. With that, we're still getting it. We're gonna get them all, or at least a good portion of them, already edited and filmed, and then we'll start releasing them. So it's like it's a series. It'll be a season of the shows will come out each week, and then we will talk about doing, maybe if it gets big enough, we'll do a second season. So we're looking at them in terms of like being like a very produced show. So that's why it's taking extra time. This is gonna be a Friday night gig, right?
Yes.
Excellent.
But if you guys are wondering when it's going to come out, we just want it to be the best show it can be. So that is why that's why it's taking extra time. But
excellent. Well, I'm excited.
Say Wong, there's no need for you to be like that, sir. You're just mean to me.
Say Wong
She'll be back next week, by the way.
Say Wong is the Grinch of springtime.
No, it's just me. He just doesn't like me. That's what it is.
No, it's actually me. He's constantly talking smack before the shows.
He's such a mood. He's a mood. I love you,
Absolutely.
Saewon, but you are such a mood. Anyway.
Well, I want to thank you, Miss Captain Lady Moon, for coming on and being here in place of Mezzo while she gets to enjoy herself with her family. But of course, you can see she's off enjoying herself with her family, but she's still here.
She is.
She can't get away from work no matter where she goes.
Saewon. I love Saewon. Anyways, yes, we will be back, Mezzo will be back next week.
That's right.
Hearts of Kyber will be back at, I think, in March. And yeah, we'll be getting some of our other shows coming back. But
yeah, we're kind of a time crunch right now because we're down to just Mets editing. And because of that, some of our other shows we've kind of backburnered so that she can get through this one. But when we get our time figured out, we'll bring some of our other shows back. Maybe even start new shows if there's things that you want to see. And
we'll get them done. I'm learning a lot of stuff through this post-production thing, which is great. I'm doing the music for the New Order, and we are setting the editing up, kind of together. So it's a big learning experience, and you do not think about how much work it is until you get into it. So
right,
exactly. But we want it to be the best that it could be. So I promise you, when it comes, it's going to be amazing.
It is going to be great. Make sure to look out for that. That will be coming very, very soon. Next week, just to let you guys know, we have a comic book artist that will be on next week. His name is Jason Conley. Jason Conley, like I said, is a comic book artist on the East Coast, and we will speak to him next week. I'm super proud of myself. I have us booked out for like over the next month. Like I just got on this spree and just started messaging everybody, everybody. And you wouldn't believe some of the crazy people. I was just telling Steve and I, for some of the people that are older in the audience, I messaged Mr. Goodbody last night. If you were around in the 80s, you might know about Mr. Goodbody from your Saturday morning cartoons. But I messaged him last night just to round it out. I've messaged DJ Lance from Yo Gabba Gabba recently. Haven't heard back. Well, but I'm trying. I'm out there for you guys.
Yeah. Anyway. Yeah.
All right. Well, with that,
should we do some talk? Should we put on Talk of the Town real quick before?
Well, Talk of the Town is our outro. So usually we say our goodbyes now and then Talk of the Town out.
All right. Let's do it. Right. Well, bye, everybody. I hope you had a really fun time watching Miss Lady Deadmoon. Oh my gosh, Lady Deadpool.
You just combined your characters.
I did. With our characters combined, we are now Fusion HUD. All right. Anyways,
I want to thank. We had at least 3 or 4 brand new viewers that came in tonight. And I know you were here for Andrea, but we encourage you to stick around. Tune in every week. We always have fun guests here for you. And like I said, every 100 subscribers, we give away a free Saber. So please like the show. Leave a comment down below. That's how we get in the algorithm so other people can actually find the show. And don't forget, Brickbeard's Cove will be on in 3 weeks, March 10th. Oh, we're at 1640. So we are 60. Thank you. 60 subscribers
60 subs left. There we go. Yeah, 60 subs left. Thank you for those who subscribed. Please like, share, comment. Do all the things. We appreciate you so much. And we will be back next week.
All right. And here it is, your Talk of the Town. Peace, y'all.
Yeah.